Welcome to this explainer. So today we're basically cracking open a senior consultant's playbook for mastering AI tools in modern HR. I'm going to be coaching you through the exact frameworks you need to really calibrate your AI judgment skills. We'll look at how to safely conduct vendor due diligence and, importantly, how to spot when that shiny new tool everyone's talking about might actually be a massive liability. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this incredibly powerful realization. Every successful recruiter hits a point where they realize the old post and pray methods, they're just breaking down. And it's not because those methods were inherently wrong, but because the entire landscape has fundamentally shifted around us. As a professional, your domain expertise is actually more vital than ever. You are absolutely not being replaced by algorithms. But the way you apply that expertise, that has to evolve if you want to keep up.
Think of this as your strategic syllabus for the day. We're covering 1. The AI recruiting shift. 2. The 3 pillars of success. 3. Avoiding recruiting anti-patterns. 4. The implementation framework. And finally, 5. Building sustainable change.
All right, part 1, the AI recruiting shift.
So there is a massive contrast between momentum-based recruiting and intentional sourcing. Passive sourcing is, well, it's really just posting jobs and waiting around. Intentional sourcing, on the flip side, is about systematically identifying the exact talent targets you need. It means consciously reaching out to specific groups you might totally overlook through standard channels and verifying that information right up front. The early adopters who are pulling ahead right now, they're using AI tools to execute this intentional approach with incredible efficiency.
Moving on to part 2, the 3 pillars of success.
The very first pillar is intentionality. This means purposefully designing your process. Before you adopt literally any new tool, you need to apply a quick mental checklist. What is the risk of this task versus the AI's actual capability? Think about it. Having an AI draft a basic job description, that's super low risk. But having an AI autonomously reject candidates without any human oversight, that is incredibly high risk. You have to be absolutely intentional about where the AI goes and what exact outcome you're trying to achieve.
Pillar number 2 is consistency over perfection. You don't actually need a flawless interview process to succeed. You just need a really good one that is applied universally. If one candidate gets asked one set of questions and the very next person gets completely different ones, you are actively injecting massive inconsistency into your system. Applying a solid strategy across the board prevents this, and crucially, it's the only real way to accurately track what is actually working.
And the third pillar is measurement and iteration. This is exactly how you calibrate your AI judgment. If you're using an AI tool to summarize candidate backgrounds, you absolutely must measure its accuracy. We have seen AI completely hallucinate. I mean, literally fabricating totally fake university citations or just inventing employment statistics right out of thin air. You measure continuously to catch these wild errors and learn from them, not to try and prove your system is somehow flawless.
All right, section 3, avoiding recruiting anti-patterns.
Let's examine some common anti-patterns. These are the classic traps teams fall right into when implementing these tools. The most notorious one? Measuring without acting. This happens when you collect data. Say you track that sourcing channel A has a 35% drop-off rate and channel B has 25%, but then you do absolutely nothing to investigate why or fix it. The metric just becomes a vanity number. Another massive trap is trying to change everything all at once. Overhauling sourcing, evaluation, and your entire tech stack simultaneously, it just leads to total team overwhelm. Absolutely nothing gets the focus it needs.
Which brings us to section 4, the implementation framework.
Here is your execution playbook, a really clear 5-step journey. Listen, you don't start by just buying a tool. You start with step 1, auditing your current state to see what's actually effective right now. Then step 2, set your priorities based on impact and feasibility. In step 3, you run a pilot implementation, maybe testing it out on just one single role first. Step 4 is measuring that pilot. And finally, step 5, once you know for sure that it works, you scale it up and make it sustainable.
Now, implementing new vendor tools always hits internal friction. It's just a fact. But as a consultant, I can tell you exactly how to preemptively overcome these operational barriers. When your team inevitably says they are too busy for a new system, you overcome that by building the new AI practice directly into their existing day-to-day tasks. When you face resistance, and you will, start in a super low-stakes area, secure a quick win, and show them the data. Make it literally impossible to argue with the success.
Finally,
Section 5. Building sustainable change. The crucial point here is that training alone absolutely fails. I mean it. If you just run a quick seminar on how to spot AI hallucinations, people will eventually just revert to trusting the machine blindly. It's human nature. For change to truly be sustainable, these checks and practices must be baked directly into your systems. They need to live right there in job descriptions, in your ongoing processes, and in leadership priorities, so that teams actually stay accountable over the long term.
So I'm going to leave you with a final reflection to kickstart your next steps. Take a hard look at your current operations. If you could optimize just one recruiting practice today, just one that would dramatically improve your candidate pool while protecting you from those sneaky AI risks, what would it be? Take this playbook, identify that highest impact area, and start building a better, more effective system tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.